Today we are going to start exercise 5.4. In this question we have cubic polynomial. So we will have three factors. So first of all we have to see what is the coefficient of x cube. So that is 1 in the first question. And what is the constant number? That is 2. So the coefficient of x cube is q, and the last number, the constant, is p. So first of all we have to find the p over q, that is 2 by 1, that is 2. So we have to make the factors of 2. Factors of 2 are plus minus 1 and plus minus 2. So 1 by 1 we have to put these values of x in the given polynomial. So first of all we are taking 1. We are going to put in the p of x, and we have got remainder 0. So it is proved that it is a factor. So x is 1, and we have to change its side, that will be x minus 1. So first factor is x minus 1, and if it is not equal, then it will not a factor. So second number we have to take minus 1, we have to put in the question, and our remainder is 0 again. So it is also a factor. So x plus 1 is the second factor. The third, x is 2, we have to put in a question again, and we have got the remainder 0. So the third factor is x minus 2, and in this way we have got three factors: x minus 1, x plus 1, and x minus 2. Similarly, in question 2 we have to find the p over q, that is 40 over 1. So we have to make the factors of 40. Factors of 40 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, and 40. So we have to put these values one by one in the polynomial, and we have to find the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then it is factor. So first of all we have to put the value of x with 1, and we have got the remainder 18, so it is not a factor. Then we have to take x with minus 1, and we have to find the remainder, and the remainder is 60, so it is also not a factor. Then second number is 2, then we have to put the question with the remainder is 0. So x minus 2 is the factor, because we have x of 2 and you have to change the side of 2, it will become x minus 2. So it is our first factor. Then we have to take minus 2, and the remainder is 72, so it is not a factor. Then the next number is 4, then we have to put the question again, and we have got the remainder 0. So x is equal to 4 is correct, and the second factor is x minus 4. Then we have to take the second number, that is minus 4, and we have put in the question, and the remainder is 48, so it is not a factor. Then the number is 5, and after putting the question we have got remainder 30, and then it is not a factor. So x minus 5 is not a factor. Then the next number is minus 5, and our remainder is 0, so it is a factor. So we have got three factors: x minus 2, x minus 4, and x plus 5. Now the next question 3. In this question our p is 10 and q is 1. 10 divided by 1 is 10. Then we have to find the factors of 10. Factors are 1, 2, 5, and 10. We have put them one by one in the question. P of 1 is not equal to 0, so it is not a factor. Then we have to take minus 1, our factor is 0, so x plus 1 is the first factor. Then we have to take 2, and the remainder is 0, so it is also the second factor. Then we have to take x minus 2, and the remainder is minus 28, so it is not a factor because it is not equal to 0. Then x equal to 5, and we have put the question, we have got 0, so x minus 5 is the third factor. So in the answer we have to write these are the three factors, and we can write x cube minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10 equal to x plus 1, x minus 2 into x minus 5. Now the next question, p is 8 and q is 1. So 8 over 1 is 8, and factors are 1, 2, 4, and 8. We have put them in the polynomial 1 by 1. We have got 0 for 1, so it is a factor. So x minus 1 is the first factor. Then we have taken minus 1, and we have got the remainder 18, so it is not a factor. Then x is 2, and we have got the remainder 0, and so it is a factor. So a factor is x minus 2. Then we have taken minus 2, and the remainder is 24, so it is not a factor. Then we have to take x with 4, and the remainder is 48, so it is not a factor. Then next, minus 4, and the remainder is 0, so it is a factor. So we have got the three factors. The first factor is minus 1, x minus 2 second, and third is x plus 4. Now question 5. In question 5, p is 6 and q is 1. 6 divided by 1 is 6. Factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. We have to use plus minus with it, because 6 is divisible by minus 1 as well as plus 1. So first of all we have put x in 1, we have got remainder, so it's a factor. So x minus 1 is factor. Because we have taken x of 1, we have to change the side of 1. That's why the factor is x minus 1. Then next number, minus 1. We have put in the polynomial, then the remainder is 8, so it's not a factor. Then we have to take the 2, the remainder is minus 4, so it is not a factor. Then x is minus 2 and the remainder is 0, so it is a factor. Then x is 3 and the remainder is 0, so it is also a third factor. So our factors are x minus 1, x plus 2 and x minus 3. Similarly, question 6, P is minus 24 and Q is 1. 24 divided by minus 24, we have to write the factors of 24. Those factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Then one by one we have put in the question and we have to check that when we are getting the remainder 0. In the first case, remainder is not equal to 0, so it is not a factor. The second case, remainder is minus 19, so it is not also a factor. Then third, x was 2, it is remainder 0, so that's why x minus 2 is the first factor. Then we have to take the next value, that is minus 2 and the remainder is minus 8, so it is not a factor. Then 3, remainder is 42 and so it is not also a factor. Then minus 3, remainder is 0, so it is second factor because the remainder is 0. Then x is 4 and the remainder is 112, so x minus 4 is also not a factor. Then next number, minus 4 and the remainder is 0, so it is a factor, third factor. So we have to write x minus 2 multiplied x plus 3 and x plus 4. So these are the three factors. Then question 7. In question 7, P is 4 and Q is 3. So we have to divide it. We are getting 4 by 3. So we are getting 4 by 3. 4 by 3 we have to find its factors. Factors will be plus minus 1 plus minus 2 because it is divisible by these two numbers. And then it is also divisible by 1 by 3, 2 by 3 also it is divisible. So these are factors, we have to take them one by one, x and put it in the polynomial. So first of all we are taking x is 1 by 3, we have put in the question and remainder 0, so it is a factor. So x is equal to 1 by 3. Cross multiplication we have done and we have got 3x is equal to 1, 3x is minus 1, so it is the first factor. Then we have to take 1 and the remainder is 0, so the remainder is not equal to 0, sorry. Then minus 6, so it is not a factor. Then minus 1, the remainder is not 0, so it is not a factor. Then second 2 we have got the remainder 0, so it is a factor. Then third minus 2 we have got the remainder 0, so it is also a factor. So we have got the three factors, 3x minus 1 into x minus 2 plus x plus 2. Similarly in question 8, P is minus 1 and Q is 2. When we are going to divide 1 by 2, we are getting 1 by 2. So factors of 1 by 2 will be plus minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 also factor, and we have to take them equal to 0 1 by 1. So first of all we are taking x is equal to 1 by 2, so we have to put in a polynomial, we have got the remainder 0, sorry, not equal to 0, so it is not a factor. Then the next number minus 1 by 2 and the remainder is 0, so it is a factor. So we have to do a cross multiplication and we have got 2x is minus 1, so it will be 2x plus 1 the first factor. Then next, P of x is equal to 2x cube plus x square minus 2x minus 1 and the x is 1, we have got the remainder 0, so the second factor is x minus 1. So next x is minus 1, we have got the remainder 0 again, so the third factor is x plus 1. So our answer will be question under equal to first factor multiplied by second factor and multiplied by third factor. So this exercise is finished today now. Okay, we'll do next.